Reborn in One Piece with the anime essence system. Chapter 4, A Navigator's Compass. The waves crashed against the side of Kai's modest little boat as the morning sun climbed into the sky. He sat cross-legged on the deck, a fishing line dangling lazily into the blue waters below. The sea stretched endlessly around him, calm yet intimidating, as though it was testing him. "Man, this is harder than I thought," Kai muttered, brushing his messy black hair out of his eyes. "Sailing alone isn't exactly easy when you don't even know which way the current's taking you." His stomach growled and he glanced down at the small bucket beside him. 3 measly fish flopped inside. Not exactly a feast, but at least it was something. He pulled the line up, sighed, and leaned back. That's when the system chimed softly in his head. System notice, current status *. Strength slightly above average. Stamina above average. Abilities. Shadow Step limited, cooldown 2 hours. Basic Kai reinforcement. Minor observation awareness, instinct boost. Tip: the sea is unforgiving. You need allies if you want to survive. Kai squinted at the last line. Yeah, I get it. I can't exactly fistfight a sea king by myself. He tapped the wooden floorboards of his ship. But where do I even start? I don't know where Luffy is right now, and honestly, maybe I don't want to just follow him. This is my adventure. The thought energized him. He wasn't going to live in someone else's shadow. Trouble at sea. By late afternoon, the calm sea shifted. Dark clouds rolled across the horizon and the wind began to howl. Kai cursed under his breath, scrambling to adjust the tiny sail. He wasn't a navigator, and it showed. The rope tangled, the sail flapped wildly, and the boat spun uselessly in the waves. "Damn it, why didn't the system give me a sailing 101 tutorial?" Kai groaned, pulling at the ropes with all his strength. Water sprayed against his face, and the waves rocked the ship like a toy. Through the storm, Kai spotted another ship not far away, smaller than a marine vessel but sleeker, faster. The shape of it made his heart skip, and when lightning lit the sky, he saw her. A slim figure with orange hair, gripping the mast and barking orders at a handful of rough-looking pirates. Her eyes were sharp, calculating, and even in the chaos of the storm she looked completely in control. Kai's jaw dropped. Nami. But she wasn't alone. The pirates she commanded didn't look friendly, and Kai realized immediately what this was. She wasn't leading them out of loyalty. She was using them. Collision course. Kai's boat nearly smashed against theirs as the storm tossed them together. He grabbed the railing and yelled over the thunder. "Hey, do you even know what you're doing out here?" Nami turned, her sharp eyes landing on him with a flicker of surprise. "I could ask you the same thing, idiot. You're about to capsize." Before Kai could respond, one of the pirates snarled. "Who the hell is this?" They tried to push Kai's boat away with hooks and poles, but the storm had other plans. The 2 vessels clashed, and Kai leapt aboard before his little ship could sink. The pirates turned on him instantly. Intruder. Kai grinned despite the situation. Finally, a fight. His muscles tensed, Kai flowing faintly through his veins. When one pirate lunged, he sidestepped, drove an elbow into his gut and flipped him overboard with the crashing waves. Another swung a cutlass, but Kai's shadow step activated. His form blurred and he appeared behind the attacker, sweeping his legs and kicking him across the deck. Within minutes, 3 pirates were down, groaning on the floor. The rest hesitated, glaring at him. Nami, however, was staring at Kai like he was something unexpected. She smirked. "Not bad. Guess you're not just dead weight after all." Kai grinned back. "And you don't exactly look like you belong with these guys." Her smile faltered slightly. I'm just borrowing their resources." The ship rocked again and lightning cracked. Kai knew they couldn't waste more time. "All right, navigator. Either we get this ship under control together, or we're both swimming with the Sea Kings. For the first time, Nami didn't argue. She grabbed the ropes and Kai followed her lead. With her guidance and his raw strength, they managed to stabilize the ship enough to survive the storm. By the time the clouds broke and the stars appeared, the pirates were either unconscious or too tired to resist. Hash a new compass. Exhausted, Kai leaned against the railing, drenched in seawater but grinning. Nami sat across from him, arms crossed, her sharp eyes studying him like a puzzle she couldn't quite solve. "You're strong but reckless," she said finally. "Without me, you'd already be fish food." Kai laughed. "Fair enough. Guess that makes us even. Without me, you'd still be stuck babysitting these losers." He jerked his thumb at the groaning pirates tied up on deck. For a moment, silence lingered between them. The moonlight reflected in Nami's eyes, and she finally broke into a smirk. "You're interesting, Kai. I don't know what your deal is, but if you really want to survive the seas, you'll need a navigator. Lucky for you, I happen to be the best there is." Kai's grin widened. "And lucky for you, I happen to need the best." Nami extended her hand. "Temporary partnership. Don't get any ideas." Kai clasped it firmly, feeling the start of something important. "Temporary, huh? We'll see about that." The system chimed softly in his mind. System notice, first crew member acquired. Navigator Nami, bonus unlocked. Minor sailing knowledge integrated. Kai's eyes flickered with excitement. His crew, his dream, was finally beginning. And with Nami at his side, the sea didn't feel so intimidating anymore. End of Chapter 4. Reborn in One Piece with the anime essence system. Chapter 5, Clashing with the Marines. The sea breeze was calm that morning, carrying the salty air into Kai's lungs as he leaned against the railing of their small ship. The sails fluttered gently, while Nami checked their course with precision, her hands deftly adjusting the compass and charts. "So," she said without looking up, "what exactly is your plan? You can't just wander the seas hopping for treasure to fall into your lap." Kai smirked, hands in his pockets. "Treasure? Not really what I'm after. I'm here for adventure, freedom, and maybe a crew that actually gets what I'm about." Nami rolled her eyes. "Freedom doesn't pay for food and repairs." Before Kai could respond, a loud boom echoed across the waves. A cannonball splashed nearby, rocking their ship. From the horizon, a marine vessel loomed closer, white sails bearing the bold blue insignia of justice. "Perfect," Kai muttered, standing straight as his system chimed in his head. System notification detected incoming battle event. Difficulty, medium marine captain level. Temporary skill unlock, shadow step from Naruto. Duration, 10 minutes. Kai's lips curled into a grin. "Looks like the Marines want to welcome us to the Grand Line." Us, more like they want you," Nami snapped, already scrambling to turn the wheel. "Why are they here?" The Marine ship drew closer, and standing on its deck was none other than Captain Smoker *, twin cigars burning as trails of smoke coiled around him like living serpents. "Kai," Smoker's gruff voice carried across the water. "Word," spreading fast. "A strange newcomer tearing through East Blue pirates with abilities no one's seen before. You're under arrest in the name of the Marines." Kai's eyebrow twitched. "Huh, already famous, not bad." "Not funny," Nami hissed, gripping the wheel tighter as cannonballs whistled overhead. Kai stepped to the bow, aura sharpening. "Nami, keep us steady. I'll deal with Smokey." With shadow step Kai vanished in a blur, reappearing midair above Smoker's ship. Marines shouted in shock as he landed on the deck, the wood creaking beneath him. Smoker's eyes narrowed, fast. Kai cracked his knuckles. "Guessing you're not here to chat." "Justice doesn't negotiate with pirates." Smoker's smoke billowed, forming into thick tendrils ready to strike. The two clashed, the deck shaking with every exchange. Kai dodged in flashes of blurred motion. His system-boosted agility letting him slip through Smoker's smoke attacks. But Smoker's power wasn't ordinary. His Logia body absorbed most of Kai's physical blows. Kai clicked his tongue. Can't land a clean hit, huh? The system chimed again. System advice, weakness analysis. Logia users can only be damaged with hacky or special elements. Recommendation, strategic retreat advised. Kai smirked despite the warning. Not yet, but I'll figure it out. Smoker swung his jit, the seastone tip whistling through the air. Kai barely dodged, the weapon grazing his shirt and making his body jolt with sudden weakness. Seastone, huh, nasty trick. You're done, brat, Smoker roared. But before the finishing blow landed, a loud voice rang from Kai's ship. Kai, stop fooling around and get back here. Nami had managed to steer their vessel alongside, ready for escape. Kai chuckled, leaping back with shadow step just in time to land on his own deck. The small ship pulled away fast, cannon fire missing by inches. Smoker growled as their ship faded into the distance, smoke spiraling angrily. This isn't over. Hours later, as the sun dipped low, Nami glared at Kai. You had asterisk to fight him, didn't you? Kai shrugged, sitting cross-legged. Hey, it's not every day you clash with a vice admiral in training. You're insane, completely insane. But Nami noticed something, a small grin tugging at her lips despite herself. Maybe his insanity wasn't entirely bad. The system pinged again. Bounty update, new wanted poster issued. Kai the Phantom bounty, 35 million berries. Kai picked up the poster with a grin. Phantom, huh, not bad for a start. Nami sighed, you're going to get us killed. Kai leaned back, smirking at the stars. Or we'll carve our names into history, one clash at a time. End of Chapter 5. Chapter 6, The Island of Chains. The ocean was calm, the waves gently rocking the small ship as Kai leaned against the railing, eyes fixed on the horizon. Nami sat cross-legged on the deck, mapping out their next course. The air was fresh, but there was something heavy in the silence between them. The clash with Smoker had changed things. Kai had proven himself against a Marine far above the rank and file, and the world would not ignore that. His new bounty poster, now pinned to the mast, fluttered in the salty wind, his face staring back with that defiant grin. Still can't believe you let them take such a good picture, Nami muttered, glaring at the poster. Do you know how much trouble this will bring us? Kai smirked. Trouble was coming either way. At least now the Marines will remember my face when they lose sleep. Nami rolled her eyes, but a faint smile betrayed her. Land ahead. By noon, Nami's gaze sharpened as she scanned the distance. Island ahead, she announced, lowering her spyglass. But her brow furrowed. It doesn't look right. Kai followed her gaze. The island was green and lush, but from the coast something was off. Towers stood tall at the heart of the city, flying a golden banner with a crown stitched on it. Around the shore, soldiers patrolled in neat lines. Looks like a kingdom, Kai said. Yeah, but where are the markets, the ports? Nami asked. Her sharp eyes noticed it first. There were no ships docked, no bustling trade, no fishermen selling their catch. The docks were eerily empty, save for guards standing watch. As they anchored near a hidden cove, they slipped onto the island under the cover of dusk. It didn't take long before they stumbled upon the truth. The oppressed. The village they entered was silent. Houses were worn down, children hid behind shuttered windows, and the streets were empty. A single old man sat on the corner, his clothes ragged. He looked up at them with dull, tired eyes. You shouldn't be here, he whispered. Kai crouched beside him. Why, what happened to this place? The man's lips trembled. The king, King Darrows, he raised the taxes so high we can't even eat. Those who protest are chained or worse. His voice cracked. They've taken our sons, forced them into his guard. They say it, honor, but it's slavery. Nami's fists tightened. Her past with Arlong flashed in her mind and she bit her lip. She hated seeing this, people broken under someone's boot. Kai's jaw set, his eyes darkening. Chains, huh? He looked back toward the shining towers. Then it's time someone broke them. The Royal Guard. Word of strangers spread quickly. By the time Kai and Nami reached the gates of the capital, a squad of armored guards blocked their path. Their leader, a hulking man with an iron mace, sneered at them. "Halt, by order of King Darrows. No outsiders are welcome here. Leave your ship and gold and maybe you'll walk away alive." Kai tilted his head. "Gold, sorry, can't help you there." He cracked his knuckles. "But I'll be taking something else, your chains." Before the guard could bark a reply, Kai stepped forward, his movements blurring with speed. One punch sent the mace wielder crashing into the stone wall, dust erupting on impact. The other guards froze. "Tell your king," Kai said, voice low, "I'm coming." The Tyrant King. The throne room was dripping with gold and velvet, a sharp contrast to the starving villages outside. King Darrows sat fat and smug on his throne, a golden crown tilted lazily on his head. "You're the pirate making waves lately," the king mused, sipping wine as if he were welcoming an entertainer. "Kai, was it? You should be honored. Few outsiders make it this far alive." Kai's lip curled. "You're bleeding your people dry, that ends now." The king's laugh was sharp. "Do you think a pirate has the right to lecture a king? My word is law." He snapped his fingers and a massive warrior stepped forward, a chained beast of a man, muscles scarred and eyes hollow. His wrists were bound in sea-stone shackles, forcing him to fight under the king's control. "This," Darrow said smugly, "is my champion. The people who resist me become mine to command. You won't defeat him." The battle. The chained warrior lunged, swinging a steel hammer with bone-crushing force. Kai dodged, the ground splitting where the weapon landed. "Damn," Kai muttered, grinning. "You're strong, but those chains don't belong on you." He dashed in, trading blows, fists colliding with the hammer and sparks of steel. The warrior fought like a machine, every strike heavy and desperate. Nami joined in, her staff whipping arcs of electricity into the guards that swarmed them. "Kai, free him!" she shouted. Kai's eyes burned with resolve. His system's voice echoed faintly in his mind. New ability unlocked, chakra threads Naruto. Manipulate energy into threads to bind, cut, or control movement. Kai smirked. Perfect. Blue threads of energy shot from his fingers, wrapping around the sea-stone chains. With a sharp pull, the shackles snapped apart, fragments clattering across the throne room floor. The warrior staggered, eyes clearing as he realized he was free. Then with a roar he turned, not at Kai but at the king. You made me a slave," the man bellowed. His hammer crashed through the king's gilded throne, sending Darrow sprawling. Liberation. By dawn, the palace was in ruins. The king was thrown into his own dungeon, and the villagers gathered in the square, staring in disbelief as the golden banners were torn down. The freed warrior, his name revealed as Ronin, knelt before Kai. "You broke my chains, I owe you my life. Let me fight by your side." Kai looked at him, then at Nami. She gave a slight nod. It would be useful to have someone like him. "All right," Kai said with a grin. "Welcome aboard, Ronin." The villagers cheered, hope flickering back into their lives. For the first time in years, the island was free. As Kai, Nami, and their new ally set sail once more, the wind carried whispers across the seas. A pirate crew not only challenging the Marines, but kings as well. The world government would not ignore this. End of Chapter 6.